Well, I think we've definitely had the game of the tournament so far. Italy 31, Scotland 29, an historic win for Italy. It's been a long time coming for a home win once again for Italy. And goodness me, they did so well to come back. Scotland were looking seriously impressive as normal in that first half with amazing tries, as they do. But then in the second half, Italy clawed it back and Scotland kind of did a bit of a Scotland, dare we say, where they melted one yellow card and they started to panic and all that good work was undone. But let's get into it. I'm going to kind of talk about some key points and some themes that I brought out, try and balance the two, but let me know what you think. So welcome to this video supported by Lifting Giants, and the first 20 minutes was impressive from Scotland. Players like Xander Fagerson were everywhere in the scrum and the jackal threat, really impressive. George Horn starting at 9, his speed, his width of pass from the ruck was really noticeable, and I think that changed a fair bit when Ali Price came on, dare I say. And it really suits the strategy that Scotland go for, which is 0 pauses, 0 breaks in play, ball absolutely everywhere, great to watch. Pretty funny early on as the ball falls off the tee again for Garbisi. He definitely leans it too far forward. He has a smile and the ref tells him not to charge, which I found funny. That was 3-0 after a minute, but it's a good start for Scotland really. And in the first 20, Italy, they're struggling to stop Scotland anywhere near the gain line in that first half. And Scotland are getting behind them and forcing Italy to scramble. The second 20 in the first half improved a bit for Italy, and in the second half it improved again, but they didn't start particularly well in their defence as Scotland got in behind them, and on 5 minutes we get the first try. It's good attack feed defence, but yeah, the pace on the ball for Scotland is really impressive. Those runners are coming onto it at serious pace, and Xander Fagerson, the man of the moment in that first half, barges over. He does have a latch on him, but I think he does most of the work himself. And Scotland are all over Italy, to be honest. Seriously impressive phase attacks, just too good again for Italy. Stain scores. So it's looking pretty bad in this first half. It's 3-14 then. The Scotland counter-ruck pressure I think is a little bit harder. But then Italy get on the board. After such a great start for Scotland, it's only a one-phase attack that gets Italy's try. So Scotland will be disappointed with that. But it does seem that their defence is set up a bit poorly here, as Paige Rayo does really well, takes the ball to the line and chips over the top for Brex to score. But they put Kinghorn up, which means that Horn has to cover all the way across to cover the backfield, and he was never going to get there, but the kick has to be good, and it is. I think Horn, all he can do is tackle the post protector on that one. So 10-14, Scotland will be annoyed that they let Italy back in there because they were well on top. They get another penalty, so it's 10-17. So a good start for Scotland in the first 25 minutes, but that try will have hurt them. But anyway, the difference is Scotland can get in behind the Italian defence and Italy can't do the same, and Italy aren't playing badly. You can see their best players, and Menoncello was unbelievable all game once again. He had to go off just before the end, which is a big shame. Brex is very dangerous as well, but Brex does Brex things, which is a little bit scary. Some of his kicks get charged down, make some funny decisions. Menoncello, though, is absolute class. 27 minutes, a big play from Scotland as Christie, who's starting at blindside, makes a really good interception, and then a class 50-22 from Russell. That is good stuff, and that leads to another try, just a slow maul really, unstoppable, 10-22. And then after an Italian penalty, another big breakaway from Christie, who's playing really well, although sprint coaches will wince when they see him run. He is quick, but goodness me, he sprints on his heels with short strides. Not what you'd teach, but it seemed to be effective. Brex saves the day, and actually in that crazy set of play, Italy get another penalty, so that's a big turnaround where Christie could have set up a score and they actually end up conceding points. So after that, from 10-22, it's down to 16-22. Even though Scotland had the better of the half, 16-22, you think, well, that's a bit closer than it should have been. And I was just writing down at half time, I wonder if Scotland eat their post-match meal at breakneck speed, because everything is done so fast, maybe occasionally too fast, a few too many fumbles. But it's exciting, that's how they play. And a word for our sponsor, Lifting Giants. No need to cut out those foam blocks anymore. They've got reusable lifting blocks that are proven to improve your line-out lifting. And they're so excited for this Six Nations, they've gone for 20% off now with RugbyAnalyst 20 using the links below. But then in the second half, on 42 minutes, the big moment in the game. It's only a yellow card for Schoeman, a clumsy block, but it really turns the game as Italy's eyes light up. They know they've got a good chance here. And Lewis Liner, who was really quiet in that first half, I was ready to write Lewis Liner watch and there was nothing to write about. He hoovers up a chip through for a try, 21-22, not from nothing, but Italy have just stepped it up. Carbisi, who does some funny things sometimes, as we know, he misses the conversion from pretty much bang in front. That was really bad because that could have taken the lead. He does do brilliant things and terrible things. Doesn't cost him in the end, but it could have. And we've talked before about Scotland imploding. After a great start, that yellow seems a mini breakdown. They leak the penalties, and again I wonder, who's there to bang their heads together to get them to be sensible? They just seem to panic a little bit as Italy have all the momentum. In this Six Nations, I've been banging on about Ross Vincent of Exeter, his searing pace and athletic ability. We see it on 56 minutes. A brilliant break puts Italy just 5 metres out, and it looks like Brex has done one of his Brex things and butchers an overlap as he does, but Varney snipes and rescues it. So 28-22, they take the lead. And there are some big moments. Van der Merwe breaks free, but a poor fumble kills them. And in the second half, just that little fumble stopped any momentum. Some big scores. Scotland could absolutely have put this one away, but it is a complete momentum shift. Italy then start to get a bit more control. They're happy to slow it down as well, which Scotland haven't had the chance to do or haven't done. We get a big penalty on 71 minutes. It's on the angle. Garbisi needs to slot it to go beyond a converted try, which was really important in the end, and he bangs it over. And then it goes into a bit of hang-on mode for Italy as they know they're so close to a fantastic win. They're hanging on. They're just scrambling for the last 8 minutes of the game. Skinner does go over. Italy get away with it a little bit. It looks like a deliberate knock-on. Should have been a yellow, actually, but isn't. So that's a little lucky. But it's 31-29. There's a couple of minutes left, and Scotland have to go the length of the pitch, and they do blooming well. But another knock-on, and it's all over. Just too late. They've shot themselves in the foot, you would say, but Italy again, brilliant play. They were a really good team. When Scotland were right on it in the first half, you think, Italy are a good team, but Scotland are just a bit better. But then, one wrong moment, that yellow card, and Scotland start to implode. They start to panic a bit, and they lose the match. Anyway, game of the Six Nations so far for me. Super exciting. Well done, Italy. Scotland, goodness me, they're going to have to think again about that psychology, changing up their strategy, not being just quite so frantic at times, but that's how they play the game. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about that game. Pop all those comments below, and I'll catch you next time.